think if somebody did that to me, they would walk away. And wear food. That's what, like a little hot hat. Yeah, with the cup and everything. Oh, come on, TikTok, why you gotta do me like that? I don't think you'll forget to turn it on then. I'll rather hear than work. Oh, God. Hey, yeah, cool for me. There we go.
Be careful what you talk about. We're recording. We're recording. I'm not saying you're saying anything wrong. I'm just saying.
Well, now you've given me the opportunity to say that correct.
Perfect.
So my political view,
This looks fair.
that's better than everyone else's.
Oh, yeah.
What about you and Joe Brown?
Joseph Brown,
You're a Republican favorite,
adjacent,
Jason, you're.
second short law. Sleepy Joe.
Is there anything that we did in the presentations? This guy's gonna. Oh, we do. Woohoo.
No, stop. I knew you were good.
So you tell us about it.
We do have a dreadful but tavern then.
Here's the other for red star concentration.
Do I need to show you more?
Okay, what's my bunch of discussion trees? I'm starting to look at the talk to this next month.
Probably
Right now, I'm ready so far. I'm talking to these once, and you just kind of disappeared. So I don't know if you got so busy with the crazy weather again, some trees or what happened. But I'm waiting and hopefully you're back.
Probably do these Sicilian pepper ones.
That's not be as long for me to count.
I'll probably stick with water. That's a few days of passage for.
Fries, Todd, for the British sandwich.
There's the. Park up here.
You ready? I'm just saying. Right now, that.
No, he's working from home. I guess so. Watching.
Oh, we got a lot.
This is.
That honestly, that's like the perfect plan. It's like, you don't want to talk to anyone. I'm sorry, what you're saying.
Probably hear everything I'm saying, so. I like them realize. So we have all this action, so all 5 of them this year.
Yeah.
So.
So thank you guys for coming to my meeting.
Now that you're president, next one at Mythos?
You want the next one at Mythos?
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Is that right? Tell Nick White. When he's here, he should be here this time. So Nick, you gotta go to Mythos, man.
Come on, man, bring it back.
Especially since it's around the same price as everything else.
Yeah, it's just, and they're not too slow. Usually, they might be doing it for the tree, but I don't know.
Mm.
Used to go first. That brings, and they go set aside there with powder.
And because it's not aluminum everything.
So yeah, the tour of Mythos.
Yes. Oh. Pfizer tonight ate so much and I've never been more full. I've been miserable. So miserable, like it was embarrassing how miserable I was. I felt so bad. I couldn't even talk on the way back to the office. I just,
That's my brother's favorite, that too, remember.
And it's like, just, you know, just heard all this, you know, and got big, so I say had all the expensive stuff. It was awesome. Came back, eat that, good, all, and then she starts.
Right.
Spicy edited.
I want to.
Oh, I said, here's a card.
Nobody else was.
Do you like some? No. Every time you go. Give me that.
That was.
Give me that. There's no one.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we went Tuesday, we took Annie. We got that genius, 2 helpings of the pita that came with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a salad and the steak bite.
yeah,
And then my burger came out.
I took like 3/4 of my lunch ready to go, and I literally just need, I gave it to somebody else, I didn't give it to my brother, so like, I can't make this there. I used to go, so miserable.
that tour stuff, like a lot of it is fried,
Yeah, so it's.
so like, yeah. And then they have this like, these 3 little things, they're like mashed potatoes. I remember one of them is like garlic flavored.
They can light them. What's that?
Just everything was heavy, and then all the Euro meat to the center of it.
Oh, they're probably taking the stage for terrible.
Can you make it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good.
You want to be by car.
Yeah.
Forgot I left a pressure cooker, that's right.
I did not understand session this time.
No problem.
Since it's recording, that's a spice question.
This is.
The next class on PH.
Did he say look at it or what?
It's about healthcare.
Basically a winter.
He just walked.
Scary God, been scenes. Construction.
I really wish you would look at my direction.
Oh, stars looking at the wall. It makes you feel better.
I've been
Very
different.
happy, but they had
Rin for.
3 of them. Medical.
Wait, why'd you hear me with Rin for? Both of them coming on your cage.
So, what?
Take me. You just forget what came against my phone.
Trying to say, well, I'm being. Probably get that giant police tape, you try to take it with. It turns out it doesn't work. That should be good.
That's impressive. In fact, I think that's something I am too, but.
Paper. A couple of years ago, his dad and he went back together. He just got divorced about challenges. It's last summer, he got really lost the relationship. You never touched the yard, it's just all. Stabbing, all that started.
Blood everywhere. That was me that started to leave bunch.
Some sort of charge. He had moved out and some squatters moved in. And they got kicked out. And his father came to work.
Yeah.
Did he shut it?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Tuesday night, he started screaming. There's like 600 people there close to him. Salads really quick. The menus are up there by the counter.
The test reporting the meeting.
Let's talk about things. He did the job, you know. So we're trying to have a look at it. Kind of picked up in the counter.
That guy takes care of them. Our screen was okay. We look, they could only,
Okay.
he's the only guy that,
Are they reported somewhere as well, or how does that work?
yeah, we're recording too. I'll train it.
If I say that's probably the most useful part about it. Some of this is all.
So I think you got the solid. So I mean, you got enough people to come from the
Yeah.
Constitution.
No, there, it's probably need to, you probably need to just bring it back up. I was gonna have, because I haven't talked to Jason or Victoria about it. Somebody talk. I'll talk to her, it's a little bit just a great time. Yeah. So when they were all kind of gathered up, I have to leave a little early. Oh, no, man. Just make sure I leave a little early. How long have you been released today?
Yeah, we're some years. It's pretty fast.
Was it? Good.
This was one topic, did you have a follow? Did you follow?
Yeah. Is that special or what was it?
Yeah, it's just, it's fun, such a chop. I didn't miss the rest. You're doing
Job and life. Yeah.
pretty much. So I probably didn't think about to be,
You need all your. I'll say it again. Yeah, that's a tough pretty much for Steve. I feel like I've never left. Yeah. When you have your report. You're all. But more.
Degree.
Channel. It's like, it's, yeah. It's like, it's different. Okay, well, it's the organization. That's understandable. Did you use that? I think it's there three. You're not going to figure it out. It's a great organization. It was. I would. All I can try to attach.
I didn't let him.
So we might not think.
Probably.
Everything else. It's where. Kind of pretty. Great training. Oh, it's the. It's such a good thing. You know, either the five and all the rich change. So. Hey, hey, you guys. You doing? Good. Are you good? My French voice. Yeah. My good. Do I? Good.
Would you like to wait for your applicants here to put in the rest of the orders? Or do they want to?
Many of them, I'm gonna get back to you, I'm afraid of my clock, so.
Yeah. Thank Yeah, how you doing, man? Oh, yeah. We raised last year. You can't see. Thank you. Okay. Not Jewish.
Was that 2000? I wasn't.
Oh, sorry. If you get that one, don't get it now. I've only slept 365 days since we talked about this last year.
I do like.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not yet. Can't see from here, but I have to sit down and. Drive is the money.
Last time, for Preston.
Drive.
You said, that was interesting. Yeah, this one needs to be like. That's what it is. I think it was a guess when I was that. Yeah.
We're too, are you getting my? That's my fault.
He's making everything up.
Yeah.
I never said that once. I said that he's the best manager that I ever had for 2 months, really. Not the best one I ever had. You're not signing my paycheck, you're not. Whoever's signing my paycheck.
What was done?
No, we didn't try the business card.
Back.
Did you ever make, oh, yeah, that's right.
Ah, we should do more this year, maybe next year. Yeah, it's really nice. Just over $3,000.
Yeah.
Last year, here we raised 3,800. Once you take out all those big expenses, it's about like a net about 3,000.
All my waiting.
Yeah, so we raised 2,600 to JBL today.
Think so.
It's not 2,500.
Yeah.
2,600. This morning, so last thing I looked at the numbers last year. Well, that was the most we raised last year.
Yeah, sure.
That even sound like.
It's.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I said, well,
Don't compete either. I need that speaker.
Yep. Yep.
You should ask you what you
Yep.
saw back when I give out the.
A lot of green cans. Also. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. The thing is, it takes like 4 seconds. Yeah, nice name tag there.
I did it in 6 seconds.
Oh, no.
well, I'll give you
41 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, wow, she's the guy.
Oh, yeah, 50 seconds. Yeah, definitely.
You can see it when you start.
Yeah.
11. I was pretty happy going in.
Well, you know, I'll take whatever. I'm always my distance away.
Yeah.
Because
Especially if you'll get 2 seconds. You're not, they never know what
I don't have to, I don't get.
Don't worry.
I have my 90 days, I just gotta.
Control this works.
I didn't know. You're a wisdom question again.
Well, I just, last game, Kevin, yeah, no, Brady. We have nothing to do. Thankfully, that's all question. Nice to meet you.
That's. Oh. So,
How long have you been over to school?
over 2 years.
You like this one?
Just 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, don't let him tell you. Don't let him trick you.
He was so happy to come back, we should say that.
Yeah, unless you, well, yeah, I came in and said hi the other day. Yeah, I'm not very memorable. So okay, good deal.
Only one else. Lowercase though. Just the logo, I think our logo is a lowercase.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's a lower game. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
That's what it is.
What are you doing?
What you guys want?
Have it yet.
Have you guys decided? What do you think? Probably did maybe, but picture not out there.
Okay. I guess we're trying to do this fairly quick because we once again did PDH days and our meeting on the same day. Anybody did PDH days besides me? Am I the only one that's in a hurry? Oh, good.
Yeah.
There's two of us. So we, the reason I ate before y'all is I was trying to get done so that once the meeting's over, I can get out of here. And last time I had to eat last after everybody else, so I didn't want to do that again. Okay, so this is the October meeting of Southwest Chapter. And greetings, thanks for coming. And we've got a few stragglers from Olson there. Yep. So now we got the early Olson and the late Olson, so we're covered. All right, so first thing of business would be treasurer's report.
Hello, everybody. For those who haven't met me, I'm Nick White. I'm the president-elect for this year, filling in for Steven Martinez. Hopefully, most of you guys got to meet him at the banquet. I don't know, who all went to the banquet? How many show of hands? Good. That's good enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being.
Yeah, thank you for being there. Thank you for Bob for kind of setting all that up and getting that going. Another good year. So I'm just reading off Steven's notes. He wasn't able to be here today. Let's see. So looks like we brought in a total of $3,834.95. That's cash, checks, online sales, corporate sales, all that stuff. So net funds raised after expenses for setting up the meal and everything was $2,596.11. So I think we were looking at last year. I know last year was a record year, so this was more than last year. So another record year in terms of bringing in money for that fundraiser. So that's awesome. The 2 scholarships that were handed out have been cashed, so those students are enjoying some extra money as they start their school year this year. We did also receive, I think, all of our grant money that we requested this year. So all $4,200. So that was also received and deposited. We did do the annual teacher grant program, which was $1,200 this year. So that'll help hopefully incentivize teachers to bring in some students and programs to the math counts and bridge competitions this year as well. Just the financial update, checking account is $10,357. That's as of the 14th. The math counts fund is at $1,000, 114. The bridge contest fund is at flat $1,000. And then the scholarship fund is $5,153, and that's after those 2 checks have been cashed. So typically that's been floating around $8,000. So kind of need to start thinking about fundraising ideas and things like that to kind of beef that one up when we start talking about what we want to hand out for fundraisers next year. The scholarship or the teacher grant fund is $1,200, which is what we received from the MSPE Education Foundation. And then the general fund is $1,890. The CDs are still continuing to grow. Those are at $4,900 together. Which brings our total financials to $15,259.84. That's as of the 14th. Any questions or comments about anything? Okay, thank you.
You want to maybe stand up, Sarah? anyway, it is better for them. All right, so on the teachers, but stipends, I'm calling them. When I asked for the $1,200 from the foundation, I told them we'd match. So we haven't had a vote yet again to move the money from general fund. But, we'll need to do that either this time or next time. I'm open to either way. And if we decide we don't want to do that, since we gave so much money away, then we just only have what they gave us to give out. And then we have to give it all out if we do that. And that's for one teacher from each school, so it's limited to the teacher who signed them up. And they have to come to the event, or give them a check. If they don't come to the event, they don't get a check. If there's a second teacher that signs up and comes, they don't get a check. The other teacher gets the check because they sign them up. And it's also homeschool, so one parent from each homeschool. It's just like the schools, except half as much money because they don't have to pay a bus driver, which is an interesting thought. But anyway. So if there's any questions on that, I'm happy to answer any of that. We tried to follow, trying to follow one of the other chapters on what they were doing for grants. But I wanted to make it so it goes to the teacher or the parent that actually shows up. So it's not lost in the bureaucracy at the school. And, all right, so that brings us to, what do you think? Do we have enough people here to attempt? Do we want to, she's ordering right now. I can't start. Okay, so we were planning on going through our new bylaws and possibly vote for ratification this meeting, but we didn't mail it out
So
recently.
it was mailed out at the end of our operating season last year. Not necessarily mailed out, but made available online. Did anyone actually get a chance to read it? I know it was kind of busy last year. Or not. Some people, okay. Would it be helpful to, I guess, go through it again? Would it be helpful maybe to go through it again, just kind of do one more round of everyone look over it? We had some pretty significant updates just in terms of kind of defining what roles were, because we had some things like there's supposed to be an executive board that we're supposed to follow. We haven't been following that for a long time. We've had some open positions on that. Victoria, Jason, you guys were, I don't see Jason here, but Victoria, you guys are kind of doing some edits. Was there anything major that maybe to bring up?
No, the executive board was the biggest thing, with making it to where it could be as big or as small as we need it to be. And then we just kind of updated a lot of the legal jargon to where it was something that wasn't mandatory, it was recommended. Updated terminology, like we went from engineering training to engineer intern, those kind of things.
I think there were some random dues.
Yeah, there was like $1 due language in there.
Now that's all done by the state or the national.
Dues go through.
Yeah, it changed our meeting schedule too, so if we want to do events or have meetings around the year, we can. So it's, before it was kind of prescriptive or restrictive, even more better word. So we had to take the summer off. We couldn't do anything even if we wanted to, according to our bylaws. So that's been fixed. And yeah, I got rid of all the old language on how the old system worked. But I do have a copy here and the changes are in red and marks. This is the markup, not the final. But so if anybody wants to look at it that hasn't seen it. And I think we'll go ahead and table that vote to next meeting.
I'll give it Stephen. We'll try to send out one more, just here's a chance to look at it. And if you have any input at all, just message one of the officers and we'll let you know what we do. Or I think Victoria, Murray and Jason Osick they're our Constitution Committee. So they've been handling most of the edits and making sure that it follows the right, the MSPE level and the NSP level Constitution and bylaws and everything like that. So, well, let's just send out one more update chance and then we'll maybe vote on it next meeting. If that's good.
Yeah, that way we can send out a final instead of the markup. And if there's any more comments, don't be afraid to tell us. But that means then we have to read it again before we can ratify it, but if there's something important, we want to get it right. It hadn't been changed since 1960, so we're in a big hurry. Actually, we are in a bit of a hurry because it's been so long since it's been updated. There's a lot to fix, but even though they're not huge items. All right, so something we're trying to do is, and it hasn't worked yet, is to have some speakers at all these meetings. Somebody fun, like I've been trying to get hold of Doug Hetty to do kind of a weather safety before winter time, with more of an emphasis on construction site and lineman safety kind of thoughts, kind of to just kind of focus outdoors and having to work out there. And I got one response, and then the hurricane started hitting. So I don't know if he's gone down there to go play in the water, or if he's too busy chasing signs on the computer models, or what he's doing. But I haven't heard anything out of him for at least half a month. So, and I went different routes. I went to his Facebook account, which is pretty much direct. I went to his email, which is pretty much direct. And he responded the first time on the email and said, I'll look at November and see if I can. And then that's been the last words. But other than that, we had some other things we were looking at, trying to get like Switzer possibly to give us a little bit, maybe even a PDH worthy discussion one of the months. I'm looking for any kind of different topics. We want to mix it up a little bit, not be all civil and not all electrical, just because I'm electrical, but trying to mix it up, like the safety thing. I thought that would be a good thing for our folks. And it might be something you might want to actually invite somebody to, instead of just us. And that's kind of good for our growth if you have other people who realize we exist and that we do these things. So far I haven't landed anything.
No, not yet, but yeah, so we've got some PDH classes that we're hoping to have in I think our current schedule is like around January and March. We'll kind of do some civil mechanical PDH classes, and we'll also mix in some electrical stuff as well, since this is a civil heavy group.
And we're also trying to figure out the tour. I don't think we have anything lined up yet for the tour. We always do one tour a year. We won't be having a joint meeting at that with Kansas because it's like the president's the only person in the group, and if there's anybody else over there is kind of dead.
Travis Cresswell at H.E. Williams had offered up a possible tour over there.
Oh, that'd be great. H.E. Williams. That'll make the lights, a lot of manufacturing, metal folding, and a little bit of electrical. That'd be a good one. That'd be fun. And any other ideas for activities the rest of the year? I'm looking for getting the younger engineers together, EITs and almost PEs, or maybe just made it to PEs. Come up with some activities that you all would like to do that we can all come and have fun too. But they wouldn't have to be on a lunch meeting. They could be evening, it could be a weekend, whatever you would want to do. If I could get a committee together around a short-term committee around that, kind of a task force kind of thing, that would be great. So be thinking about that. I might send an email out later about that, to come up with some stuff to do. And we'll even use summer months while all the rest of us are chasing kids. Those of you who don't have them yet, sorry, Nick, can get together and do something too. But again, events where you can invite some folks and you can tell them what MSPE is about, and why we exist, and tell them we're not always sitting in a room just talking about boring things like budgets and other things like that. So last topic today, I told you it's going to be quick, right? So today, Math Counts is coming up. The date was February. It's always February-ish. I think it's the 10th. That's what my brain says. It's probably wrong. Anyway, so February, so we're looking for volunteers. Usually at this point in time, we say we need all the volunteers we can, and then we start getting some commitment, and then at some point we'll say, well, that's enough. But last year, I think there were 5 people, I think, working Math Counts. Be nice to have a few extra. There's always donuts. That's one of the mainstays. Donuts for the workers. And it's a lot of fun to watch these kids sweat over some math. Great. And then grading is kind of fun. You have the right answer. And sometimes we find out we don't have the right answer and grade it the way we want to grade it. But you have the right answer. You just have to go through and mark them up and count them up and turn it back in. So that side of it was kind of fun. Last year we had maybe one or two short, what would have been nice, but it went pretty fast either way. We don't hold on to it too long. It's about 9 o'clock to
It's February 15th from 8 to 12:30.
from 8 to 12:30. And they're not kidding, at 12:15 we'll be done. It'll be whoever's carrying stuff back to the car that's stuck till 12:30. But and all right, this is the point in time where I go, does anybody else have any old business, new business that we didn't mention that you'd like to talk about? Since we got you all here. All right. How about we're leaning towards being here quite a bit because we have this nice presentation place if we do get a speaker, but
This is a nice place, but I know I've been talking with Steven. I think we might have some stuff at Olson, some stuff at Liberty here and there. If if Owen, out of Mark, if you guys want to host or anything like that, just let me know. I can kind of arrange something. We're gonna try to vary it up a little bit, but Old Chicago's nice because it's got everything we need.
that's why
Like quick eats,
they
everything.
have this microphone so I can really annoy you. Zach brought it before the meeting. He likes Mythos, so might check in on them. So anyway, anything you guys want to do, our main mission is reaching the kids, getting us all to know each other well enough. And something happens to PE law, we can talk about it with each other. So we're not out here by ourselves, trying to keep everybody safe in the world. And also to help the teachers get to the kids that are going to be the future us's. And make sure that can actually work, because I don't know about you, our education system is kind of scary and weird. And I sometimes wonder how we're gonna ever have another engineer come out of it. So we gotta do our part to make sure it still works somehow, some way. Anyway, thanks again, and I need a motion to adjourn. There you go. And that's it for this meeting. Thank you.